Hello and welcome to this demonstration of Brilliant Assessments. Brilliant Assessments is a flexible white label assessment platform that enables you to build and deploy sophisticated assessments. In this demo, we'll explore Brilliant Assessments' personalized feedback results and reports, show you how to create an assessment in the Builder, demonstrate how feedback is generated formula-free with the Results Wizard, and share options for commercializing your assessment with the Partner Portal. Are you ready? Let's jump in. What sets Brilliant Assessments apart is the ability to create detailed, informative, and personalized feedback. Feedback can be delivered as an interactive, live results experience, a downloadable PDF or Word report, or both. All feedback is completely configurable by you. Let's start by looking at results through the lens of a respondent. In this scenario, a respondent is completing a leadership assessment. When they complete it, they are met by this results page. Nice work! They can also drill down on the more specific details of their score for each section by clicking on a segment of the polar chart. This reveals more details about the reasoning behind the rating. If they want to learn more about another section, they can scroll up and select another segment of the chart. You can also see here how links help the respondent learn more and can even include embedded video content specific to their answer. A downloadable PDF or Word report can complement results. This can be accessed from your results page and automatically emailed to respondents upon completion. Let's open the PDF report and see what the feedback report experience is like. In this example, the report shows how the respondent has changed since their last assessment. We call this an iteration report. Iterations supercharge reporting capabilities by providing a dimension of time and differences to reports. Feedback reports can include any number of iterations. This report also uses benchmarks to show how the respondent compares to people like them. After all, it's a lot more interesting to compare yourself to your peers. In your assessment, you can define unlimited benchmarks and classifiers to make your reports as granular as needed. Looking ahead at the rest of the report, we have a detailed breakdown of each section and subsection. Text-based feedback can be generated as rating text or report text. Rating text is based on a collection of scores or a score range and is defined at the subsection, section, assessment, or segmentation level. Meanwhile, the report text is based on the direct answer to a specific question. On the final page, we see a scatterplot chart to summarize. What we've been looking at is an excellent example of an iteration-based feedback report at an individual level. But what about groups of responses? At Brilliant Assessments, we call groups of responses cohorts. These might be 360-degree cohorts, team or organizational cohorts, or any other group configuration. If you're a team leader, you may want to see how your cohort performed in an assessment. To do this, in the Assessment Manager, navigate to your cohort. If set up this way, results will display as a landing page. This landing page is also set up to drill down to individual responses in a heat map. Cool, right? To generate feedback in PDF or Word format, navigate to Cohort Reports and click Run on Demand. This will give a snapshot of the results as they stand right now. Now, let's look at the Cohort Feedback Report. Here is an example of how we might show the team's overall average score and score distribution across the cohort as a histogram. The heat map in this example quickly shows the strongest and weakest areas by selection and classifier. Next, we can see two bar charts that use the classifiers for years of service and industry experience. Then, we can visually compare two key assessment areas in a horizontal bar and scatterplot grid. In this case, we're comparing people and task focus based on segmentations within the assessment. Taking the cohort report one step further, let's look at what happens when you create an iteration report for a cohort to illustrate, for example, assessments before and after training. This report shares an overview, comparative scores of a cohort before and after training, and average scores. This circumplex chart also shows change across specific assessment areas before and after training. In addition to defining text at the rating level, you can also set rating colors. Let's recap. Whether you're assessing an individual or cohort, assessing once, or measuring progress over iterative assessments, Brilliant Assessments has broad coverage when it comes to capabilities in both your on-screen results and your hard copy reports. So now you've seen the end game, how do we get there and build the assessment? Let's start with the assessment structure. Assessments can be a simple page of questions, hundreds of questions divided into sections and subsections with conditional components, or anything in between. Assessments can also be deployed in any language and taken across devices. Brilliant Assessments is completely white-labeled from sign-in to assessments to feedback. Assessments are structured to facilitate automated, accurate, and advanced scoring, which simplifies the creation of reports and results pages. Sections appear as separate pages in the assessment. In the Builder, you can easily navigate between section tabs. Subsections usually group questions on the same subject. You can have any number of questions within each subsection. However, if you want to group questions across different sections, for example in a psychological assessment like this DISC assessment, you can use segmentations to create and score groupings hidden from the respondent. Let's use a leadership assessment to show how questions are added and scored. Here, let's add a question at the beginning of our subsection. First, number and write a question. Then pick the answer format from this list. Once selected, you can leave the answer field open-ended, enter your own words or sentences, or offer a choice of pre-configured answers for scoring, such as Likert scales. We call this list default answers, and you can add or modify them to speed up the process of creating your assessments. We'll choose 3 answers to get started. The answer scores can be overridden, and maximum points can be added to weight questions. Now, let's look at how you can customize your questions. You can attach instructions to each question to give the respondents context and ensure they understand it. Instructions can include text, videos, and images. They can be formatted to your exact requirements and, if preferred, displayed as a tooltip in the assessment. In the Conditions tab, you can specify that a question is conditional on previous answers. A question can be conditional on up to 5 different answers and unlimited combinations. Conditions can be applied to subsections and sections as well. In Options, you can make questions required and hidden, and associate questions with segmentations and classifiers. This can be helpful when creating particular charts in your feedback report. There are also a range of options available at the answer level. Here, you can add your answer-based report text. This text only appears on the feedback report if the respondent selects the associated answer. It is one of the options for bringing personalized text into reports. Under scoring options, answers can also be added to segmentations as needed. When you're finished, just hit Save. Returning to the Assessment Builder, you can preview elements of the feedback report by selecting this feedback button. Here, we can see a rating. Ratings are based on the number of feedback tiers you want to provide and are often named after colors, grades, maturity, or competency levels. Scrolling down, we can also see the report text for specific answers. as you build your assessment, you can quickly test the respondent's experience. All the questions and answers appear as you set them out in the builder. Brilliant assessments can be crafted to meet your requirements and seamlessly reflect your brand. These aspects are mainly controlled in the settings. The General tab specifies commonly used options like names, descriptions, and language. You can select the language from 166 different languages and dialects. In the Design tab, you can set the background image, colors, or fonts. In the Cohorts tab, you can set up how the assessment behaves for cohorts and iterations. Moving along to Emails, we can find templates to send invitations, reminders, and deliver feedback reports or links to results whenever someone completes the assessment. This can be completely user-driven, automated on a timer, or manually triggered. Media includes uploaded assets, like logos and any other images you use in your assessment. In the Ratings tab, you can also set the scoring used in results and your feedback reports. By selecting Edit Ratings, we can set the rating label, set the max score, set the rating color used in graphics by default, and add relevant rating text for the feedback reports and results. Brilliant assessments are structured around sections, subsections, and questions. Assessments are structured to facilitate flexible scoring, and there are various ways you can design and automate aspects of your assessment. Let's explore how you put scoring into action. Whether you're creating feedback to be downloaded as a Word document, a PDF, or experienced as a results page, all reports use the same results wizard. Results can be implemented as a summary at the end of assessments, emailed to respondents as a link, or set as a landing page. Results are built using containers and tiles. Let's show you how it's done on a results page. To create a container, select a container in the Add menu. Next, we add tiles. Tiles can be a range of sizes and stacked vertically or horizontally up to the full width of the container. To create a tile, use the drag and drop function and place the tile inside a container. To generate the feedback within your tiles, launch the Results wizard. Here, we use a pick list to build our charts and personalized feedback. Let's select vertical bars, sections, and percentages. Now, let's add some labels to show the score on top of each bar. Voila! It's as simple as that. The advantage of starting out by building graphics in the results experience is you can quickly test the appearance of your charts. But the Results wizard we've seen also meets you in Word as an add-in if you prefer this format. In your Word-based feedback report, you can control every detail of the layout, branding, and style. At the same time, if getting into document design isn't for you, we also have some great tips and templates in our help articles to get you started. Let's recap what we've seen here. Brilliant Assessments generates feedback reports and results in a unique way that allows you to create advanced reports easily. We prioritize flexibility, so you can make feedback as detailed and customized as you like, with no caps on the number of questions, graphics, or scores reported in your reports and results. The sky's the limit. So you've set up your assessment, feedback report, and results. But how do you commercialize them? If you want to add a payment gate to your individual or cohort assessments, you can do so in the Pricing tab under Assessment Settings. Here, you can set a price, and in the case of a cohort, set to and from prices for multiple assessment purchases. Upon saving, this will enable a Stripe-powered checkout in the assessment URL, allowing you to collect payment. Many Brilliant customers also use the Partner Portal to support their commercial assessment ventures. Partners can register through a link from Brilliant Assessments or self-register through a link embedded on a website. The Partner Portal delivers a white-labeled experience of your expert assessment. Let's log in to a Partner Portal and have a look at the experience. This portal's results page is enabled upon logging in, which gives us a quick shortcut to seeing a cohort's performance. The Partner Portal is a stripped-back version of the administrator experience, but partners can still customize their assessments, manage responses, and create results. The feature that enables partners to buy your assessment is called allotments. Partners can use allotments for themselves or distribute and resell these as part of their services. Whenever a response is completed, it's deducted from the partner's assessment allotment. If they need more allotments, they can purchase them directly through the Partner Portal. Let's recap. The Partner Portal enables you to sell your assessment. The mechanism used to sell assessments is called allotments. The Partner Portal is also completely white-labeled. This feature is also included in every subscription at every level. We've covered a lot in this demo, and there is so much more we could show you, but now it's your turn. The best way to see what Brilliant Assessments can do is to complete a Try Me assessment and start a trial. But if you would prefer to jump on a call for a demo, you can always book some time with us. If you haven't already, we also highly recommend watching some of our customer success interviews to see what others have done with their Brilliant Assessments. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about us and the platform. We look forward to hearing from you soon.